Happy day, everybody. Julie Gardner with Rise Up Wealth. I'm so excited you're here. Now, this channel kind of talks about some basic financial literacy, and then we'll get to some advanced stuff later on. I hope that today, what we're going to talk about, you can forward this to your 20-year-olds, your 17-year-olds. Hey, you might even need it if you're a 40-year-old or a widow that's never done this before. What are we talking about? Car buying. We all have cars. It's the second largest expense other than our house or our apartment living. Car's expensive and we all need it. Or at least most of us do. Some of y'all are happy sitting at home, but I don't have a bus route where I live, so I have to have a car. And I have an in-house guest today. He didn't have to travel far. He's in my studio. It's my husband, Chuck. Wait, which way are we going?
Hello, folks.
Hey, Chuck.
Hi.
Oh, and something that annoys my husband is I talk over him. So I just did that. So say it again, Chuck.
Hello, folks.
Y'all pray for him. He's got to deal with me. So why, Chuck, are you here talking about cars? Have you been doing something with cars the last 5 days? What you been doing?
I've been selling cars for about 10 years.
Okay, great. And what companies or brands have you represented?
I've worked for Acura, Porsche, and Honda.
Awesome. And what was your first car, by the way?
My first car was a 1982 Toyota Celica.
But you look so young. How did you have a 1982 one?
It was wonderful. It was a cool car.
What color was it?
Red.
And whenever we see a car that's driving by red, he's like, "Ooh, look at that car!" And it's what color? Red.
Speeding ticket red.
Yes. So let's talk for a minute about car colors. If you drive down our street, like at a certain point, it's all white cars.
Yes.
Why do you always tend to get us white cars?
Well, the stats are 68% of all accidents happen at night. 73% of those are dark colored cars. So a light colored car give you the best chance to be seen. So if I'm putting you, my wife, or a young person out in a car, I would prefer it to be white just to give them the safest, best chance there is.
And apparently the red is a red alert to the cops, pull them over or check them for speeding, right?
That's what they say. I have no proof of it, but that's what they say. Yeah.
So if you're a policeman, you'll have to email me and let me know. And by the way, I'm going to put my email up for a minute. So if you guys have questions, you can email them in, even if it's not live. I will get back with you, or I will get Chuck to get back with you via my email. But yes, so that's interesting. And today I was driving down a heavily trafficked road and the truck in front of me like yanks in front of me. Like, what are you doing? Calm down. We're all sitting in traffic. And he was gray. And the car in front of me before that was red. And then he swears in front of me it's gray. The red car, like I had no problem seeing it. And then when that gray car got in front of me, I wanted to get around it because I couldn't see past it. Like I could tell visually with the color, I wasn't as alert. So that is interesting. And guys, girls, stop texting and driving because it's too expensive for us to have to replace our cars. Just saying.
Yes.
If anything, it's just too expensive. I mean, yeah, wrecks are dangerous, but let's not have to pay for that. All right. So if you guys have ever gone, it's like, oh, I got to go buy a new car. I hate buying a new car. It takes 400 years. Then they're going to get me. I hate it. I don't want them to get me. I don't know what they're going to do. Like tie you up or force. Now I like Chuck's dealership. They've got popcorn that they pop. So I'd like to go hang out there, but I don't know. I used to think that they could get me and make me overpay like $3,000. And then Chuck, over the past 10 years, are people really overpaying $3,000 or is the margin much smaller?
Well, when COVID happened, it caused supply shortages, supply chain shortages for the car manufacturer, and it caused a lot of people to pay sticker, and there wasn't any negotiating.
That was supply and demand for sure. But even before that, there might have been $1,500 maybe.
Well, it depends on how shrewd a negotiator somebody is, and how well they do their homework.
Yes. So let's talk about that. There is homework to be done. And, some of y'all I don't know if a doctor, an orthopedic surgeon is actually watching this episode. Probably not. He's probably relaxing from the stress. But that's his whole focus is he knows how to fix a knee. And I want him to know how to fix a knee or a hip. I don't need him to know all about buying a car and selling a car. But what would you say people should do to prepare to just come buy a car? What could they do before they even come to a dealership?
Well, first of all, know what kind of car you want, know the model that you want, know the color that you want. Now, a lot of people are flexible on colors, but know the model you want, know the year model, know your budget. That way, when you get to the dealership, you can tell the salesman, I want to see this particular vehicle. When people walk in and go, oh, I don't know what I want. Well, who could we call that would know? Because if you don't, we're stuck. So that's part of what takes so long at a dealership. But if you know the type car you want, the trim level, and your budget, you're off to a really good start.
So you get paid per hour, right? Like, don't you get paid $20 an hour plus commission? So you don't mind giving everybody a ride?
No.
So how do y'all get paid?
You get paid on what you sell.
Okay. And by the way, realtors do the same. Don't go be looky-loos. Let's just go play in houses today. Let's go play on a joyride today at Porsche. No.
Right.
Probably not. Yeah. So these people are working for free, but I bet you like to eat. And I bet your wife is like, how much you bringing home, honey?
We've all got light bills and grocery bills. Yes.
Right. So I know that some of y'all are like, well, you're not going to get me. Well, I have not been to certain golf courses yet because that's not the way my husband gets paid. So he's not going to get to it. He's not making $1 million just by selling you a Porsche or a Honda. I wish he was, but that's okay. So let's talk about cars you prefer, because you've covered a lot of different cars. You've worked at a place that sells every possible brand around you. You've seen a bunch. What kind of cars do you prefer to buy?
I'm more Honda, Toyota as far as vehicles go. Fantastic quality, legendary longevity, affordable maintenance. It just makes sense. Acura, of course, is the luxury end of Honda. Of course, Porsche it's kind of a niche market. That's still a great vehicle.
What's the luxury end of Toyota?
Lexus. Yeah. So yeah, Lexus, Toyota, Honda, Acura, great cars. Can't beat them. Bulletproof.
So, let me ask you this. So people buy different cars for different reasons. Oh, and by the way, even though he just now started working at Brannon Honda, we've always been Honda or Toyota. When I needed a new car, I'm like, can I please go get this car and test drive it? He said, no. He goes, we're not buying that car. We're only buying Honda or Toyota.
Well, first of all, because we weren't going to buy that model. And second of all, I didn't want to waste the salesman's time.
You are a lovely person. So he's not completely mean, y'all. He just was clear, and he doesn't ever like to waste people's time. So, yes. So when you buy those, what's interesting, I bought a high-end Honda, was my first brand new car I ever bought. Oh, do you remember what it was? It was a Honda, what?
Acura ILX.
No, before that, I bought a Honda when I met you. It was a white Honda that got rear-ended.
Oh, Prelude.
Oh, Prelude. Okay. I was like, what did I have? So I got the hand-me-down Honda wagon from my parents, and it started to break, and it was older. It was 10 years, probably 100,000 miles, which Hondas go about 200,000 miles. If not more. Oh, there you go. I saw one that was from the 80s driving down the road yesterday. I was like, look at that vintage. Yeah. But I think I was paying like $400 every probably 2 to 3 months of maintenance. So I figure out the math on that. Not much. Then I get a Honda Prelude, and what shocked me the most was my insurance bill. I was like, why is my insurance gone up? Chuck, why is that? The more expensive the car, the more expensive insurance. Why?
Well, exactly, because the insurance company is having to cover the expensive parts of the car that you bought. an engine, an alternator, a transmission on a Porsche is a whole lot more than an engine or a transmission on a Toyota or a Honda.
And oil changes are different too. Like oil
Oh yeah,
changes at
yeah.
Porsche are more expensive than going through
Oh,
express oil change,
by far,
right?
yes, yes.
So when you guys buy a car, I don't know if you're buying it for just because you want that car or because you want a certain payment, but you have to look at the car payment, the insurance cost, and then the maintenance.
Correct.
So Chuck, you've got a buddy that got you into car selling. What does he have to say about winning the car game? Is it okay? So you want to? I don't want to get. I don't want him to get me at the car dealership. But you interact with that car guy one time. The rest is kind of on you. So how do you
Yes.
win at the car game? Is it beating out the car salesman and getting the best deal, or is it something else?
Well, getting a good deal is part of it, but you're going to lose on a car. It's a depreciable product. Period. Um, if you just can't stand having payments, and if you can pay cash, go ahead. I think if you get a good enough interest rate, you should finance it, because if your portfolio is making more money than the interest on the car note, use somebody else's money, because it depreciates, and leave your liquidity in the bank in case there's a financial opportunity that rises. You've got the money instead of it being tied up in a car.
I like what you're saying there because you do have, some of y'all haven't even considered what's my interest rate. A friend of mine is paying 9% on his car currently. He had just paid for an apartment, so that hit his credit rating. He had just bought furniture and financed it through IKEA, and then he went to buy a car, which now his credit score it's not ideal because he had all these different dings on his credit. So looking at, what is your interest rate makes a huge difference.
Sure.
And there's other ways to invest too. Like you can do a 5% high yield savings account. You can start an index universal life policy that's an extra $100 a month that will pay out. It averages about 6 to 8%. And then after a certain time, it can be liquid and you can use it to buy your next car. So there's all kinds of different ways. There's just buy some stock. Some of y'all love the stock market and love watching money grow. That's probably the fastest way to watch your money grow. Of course, it has higher highs and lower lows, but just being aware of that. But that might be a better place to put your money than dumping it all into your car.
Right.
Okay, so where else? And so you got your payment, the insurance, you got to look at that. And then, and I guess you could just call your insurance agent and tell them what you're looking at.
Yes. If you know the car you want and you're thinking about buying it, call your insurance agent first and say, here's what I'm thinking about. Give me the rate. That way that you know ahead of time.
Right. You know your budget. You're not. Yeah. And then you can shop according to your price range instead of going, but I really want that $10,000 more. Yeah. Well, that's out of your budget. And then also maintenance, right? So how do you win? Back to the original question, since I interrupted you. How do you win the car game? How do you win the game of owning a car that's a depreciable product?
Well, like I said, the key is to lose the least.
Yes.
So again, we're back to I prefer Honda, Toyota, because if you keep a car until it's not worth driving anymore, and if you do that with Honda or Toyota, and let's say you did a 5-year loan and you had the car 15 years, well, amateurize that out over the time you had the car and figure out how much you paid for it. You'll be surprised how inexpensive it is.
What's the trick to having a car for 15 years?
Maintenance. Due diligence on maintenance. I know it's not fun. It's not sexy. None of that. Everybody hates putting money into maintenance, but it's what gets you from here to there, from point A to point B. And as you said earlier, it's the second biggest purchase besides your house. Take care of it. In the long run, you'll be so happy you did.
What would you recommend a certain amount they should save or budget every month to put aside for maintenance?
Anywhere from 500 to 1,000 a year. And you may not spend that much, but you got it in case you need it.
Yeah, it never hurts to have $1,000 in savings
Exactly.
for emergencies.
Exactly. And I would earmark it for the car.
So, Chuck, you're very good at having an emergency fund for our family. What makes you decide to, oh, we've got the money, cash set aside, emergency fund? What alerts you, hey, we can pull it from that versus the bank account?
Well, I mean, it's not if the rainy days are coming, it's when. So you know it's coming, so just get prepared for it and put the money to the side. And when you have a flat tire or you need 2 tires or your transmission needs to be serviced or you need a new battery, you've got the money and you don't have to worry about it.
Or you drive down the lovely interstate and you get a nice rock in the windshield and
yes, exactly.
Exactly. Well, and we follow the month when the check engine light comes on, like it's automatic for you. You should just know, like, oh, and then schedule with your mechanic.
No, not check engine light. Maintenance warning.
See,
check engine light comes on, you didn't do your maintenance.
When the orange light comes on, I have to tell my husband because he's like, you didn't tell me. Like we're in serious trouble if I didn't do that. So yes.
Well, it's because I want you safe and in a dependable vehicle. I don't want you on the side of the road and, being in danger. So,
and y'all, I didn't know until I married my husband. I didn't know 2 things. I didn't know, if you run out of gas, it messes up your whole engine or fuel injectors. And it's more expensive to fix that than it is to keep gas in your tank. So if you don't know your gas is, maybe your gauge is broken because your car is 15 years old, keep a log. I don't know. Do something.
Yeah. Right.
And you can also save money on tires. Find a good tire place that does pull-offs. You can get half-price tires.
And do routine rotations. That's the best way to prolong the life of tires.
Tell us the story about that woman and the brake pads that didn't plan for maintenance.
There was a lady, she came into Porsche. I just happened to be in the service department that day. And the service advisor said, ma'am, you need a brake job today. You are metal on metal. And she said, well, how much is it? And he said, 1,800, 2,000. And she said, no, I'll wait. He said, no, ma'am, there's no more waiting. It's metal on metal. You have to have a brake job today. And she said, no, I'll wait. So they made her sign a waiver. If you crash into somebody, don't blame us. We told you to get your brakes fixed. So
goodness.
Two things there. She probably bought a car she couldn't afford, and she didn't have money stuck back for that rainy day. So routine maintenance and be ready for it.
That's interesting. Oh, so I wanted you guys to see the whole budget so you can plan accordingly, because there is a lot of peace in our life because we have an emergency fund. We haven't bought more car than we can afford. Oh, by the way, would you recommend buying a new car or a used car? Of course, buy what you can afford, but what's the benefit of buying a brand new car versus a 2 or 5-year-old car?
Well, everybody's situation is different, but if you can buy brand new, of course, you know the history. You're the one going to be doing the maintenance. You know how good it's been taken care of. Obviously, buying pre-owned saves you some money. I would say if you buy pre-owned, do a deep dive. How many owners? Look at the Carfax. How many accidents has it had? How many service records has it had? If you're buying a car with almost 100,000 miles and it's got 2 service history records, something's not very good. If you got almost 100,000 miles and there's 35 service history records on the Carfax, chances are you're buying a good car.
That's interesting. So that's opposite of what I would have thought, because I would have thought more service means it's been broken down more.
No, just the routine maintenance is what I'm saying.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
That's just a good clarity there.
right.
Okay, so also people want to go, I don't know if we already talked about this or not. Should I go ahead and pay off my car or not?
Again, everybody's situation is different. Again, if your portfolio interest is outrunning the car interest, just keep making car payments. Again, it's a depreciable product.
Yes, we did cover that. Then I do know when I had that Prelude, I had just paid it off. I think I had paid it off for and I paid it off in 5 years. I think I was paid it off in like 3 or 5 months. And then I get rear-ended waiting to turn off a country road. I was so mad that man driving his big F-150 truck slammed into me. First of all, it hurt. Second of all, it was like, is my car going to catch on fire? I don't know. I was thinking. But I was so mad because I had a paid-for car that I was planning on driving for another 10 years.
Well, again, we're back to, should you pay it off? If you're making car payments and leaving your liquidity in the bank, you're never going to get all that money out of the car if you've paid it off. So if you pay as you go, your liquidity's in the bank, you're still way ahead. So,
and just a point to reference, a savings account is probably about 1% interest. That's not the best investment plan, but if you need emergency fund.
Again, everybody's situation is different.
And y'all feel free to, if you ever want to have a financial blueprint to talk about, well, what's the landscape of your money, we can have a chat and just email me. We'll schedule that because everyone's situation is different. There's no one size fits all, but, there's emergency fund, there's cash to pay the bills, cash flow, and then there's investments too. Let me think. Was there anything else? But yeah, I was quite mad about that. So let's review. Let's get $1,000 in your emergency fund. Go buy a car based on what you need. So some of y'all are amazing business people and you have worked your little tail off all these years and you want a prize. You want to say, good for me. I'm awesome. And that's when you go buy maybe a Porsche. Maybe you want to say, hey, I worked hard for this. That's why I bought the Honda Prelude. It's like, doggone it. I finished college. I got a job. I'm a grown up now. I'm going to buy me what I want. I did regret buying a brand new fancy car. Well, it was fancy to me. I know it wasn't some people's fancy. It was fancy to me.
Yeah.
But it's funny because if you think about personality types, the fun personality likes a Volkswagen red Bug, right? Then your steady Eddie, Mr. Conscientious, or your engineers that are like, well, I want to get the biggest bang for my buck that's going to last the longest, Honda, Toyota. And then if you're a strong driver and directing traffic and running businesses, the big dog, the big gal, whatever, boss babe, you might want a BMW or Mercedes or a Lexus. I know this one amazing realtor. She's got the prettiest, I think it's a Mercedes, and it's tripped out with red trim on black, and it's beautiful. And I feel like that's her prize. And I've been in Mary Kay for 29 years, so they're all about pink Cadillacs. Which that's another option. If you want to earn a car, earn a free car. That was super fun. We sold ours, drove the free car for 2 years, and then it was really a lease, but drove it for 2 years. But it was a nice savings, wasn't it, honey?
Oh, very good. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, if you ever see a pink Cadillac from Mary Kay, that person's probably making $100,000. They probably have 100 people in their team. They're leading, helping 100 people have extra cash. And our friend, his wife drove a pink Cadillac for years. And they'd say, hey, Ken, what color's that car? And he'd yell back, free. He didn't care what color it was. He liked free.
Exactly.
I love it. All right. Is there anything else you want to add to this story there, Chuck?
Yeah. Once you know the make, the model, trim level, color of the car that you want, if you have a trade, bring your to the penny payoff with you. That's a time saver. Bring your current driver's license, current insurance card. Bring everybody that's the decision maker. If it's husband, wife, bring both. Allow for the process to happen. Now, if you bring all those things, and if your car's paid for, bring the title. If you bring all those things, and let's say you want to finance, go ahead and fill out a credit app online for that dealership. All that is a huge time saver when you get to the dealership. It shows respect that, hey, I'm here to do business. I value your time. Please value mine. That'll ring true with any salesman you ever meat.
So y'all aren't just going in the back eating popcorn and having a soda, making them sweat it out. No,
not
Are you sure?
Yeah, not at all.
What else could be part of the delay?
Don't be afraid of, well, I don't want my credit pulled. I don't want the ding on my credit score. You're allowed a 30-day right to shop, which means if you get your credit pulled every day for 30 days looking for a car, it only hits you one time. So don't be afraid of, if you go to 2 or 3 different dealerships inside 30 days, it's not going to hurt you.
Okay. So that's really good on what to prep, because,
yes.
And some of this then, yeah, go ahead.
And also a part of allow enough time for the process to happen. There could be 3 people ahead of you in finance. They could be having problems. That's going to take time. There can be computer issues at the dealership. Things like that happen. But if you bring license, insurance, payoff, or title, all the decision makers, and you've got good credit, it's not going to take long at all.
And if someone doesn't have good credit, how does that actually work?
Well,
like when y'all are running credit, like what's going on in the behind the magic curtain with the finance? So the finance department,
we just pull it, and the finance lady will, or in our case, finance lady, will send it to 2 or 3 different banks, kind of let them fight over you, get you a good rate. If you have bad credit, it's going to take time because they pour over your credit. Well, why is your credit weak? Is there a discharge? Is there a bankruptcy? What's the reasoning? Again, every situation is different. Some people come with documentation that, okay, my bankruptcy is discharged and here's the paperwork that I'm done with it. Okay, well, they can take that, show it to the bank, and the bank goes, okay, they're back up and running. We'll go ahead and approve the loan. So yeah, there's some things that go on, and a lot of times they have to talk the lender into doing the loan. They're going to bat for you. They're trying. Again, if y'all don't buy a car, we don't get paid.
Yeah, so you're actually team customer, aren't you?
Very much so.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And you take, and if y'all want to reach out to Chuck at Brannon Honda, it is Chuck. You can call him Charlie if you want to, but he might not answer. But cgardner at Brannon Honda, or you can just email me and I can connect you too. But it's such an important, big decision. And I think sometimes people just go, let's go buy a car. And they show up and then they hang out and then they scratch their heads like, this took too much time.
Okay. Well, that brings me to another point. Do your research, be realistic of what your car is worth before you come in and trade. And you got to take sentimental attachment out of it. We don't pay you for sentimental attachment. That doesn't happen. Okay. And you got to realize you're not going to get a retail price for your trade. You get a wholesale price for your trade. And be aware if you have possible negative equity. If you roll negative equity into a car, do it. I recommend not doing it at all. But if you do it once. Don't do it 2 and 3 times.
Because there are car dealerships that say, oh, well, let's just trade in your car. And so you're taking that payment and add it to your new payment. Oh my gosh.
You take the payoff and add it to the total of the new car because the original lien holder wants their money.
So you could be driving a beautiful brand new Honda, but you could be paying an extra third because you didn't pay off the other car, or
yes, be aware of negative equity. And if you're in a bad negative situation, keep the car because it's only going to get worse if you keep rolling it into a newer car.
But I want a new one.
Well, you know the old saying. I won't go there. You know the old saying.
Yeah. Sometimes we want, but we can't always have, right?
Exactly.
So, bottom line, if y'all do your education, and by the way, could they email you or call you and say, "Hey, you know, I'm shopping for a car. Can I have a conversation with you just to give me some advice?" Would you
Absolutely
be open to that?
Absolutely. Would love to.
And if you didn't take notes, just call them or email them and say, "Hey, now what was that list again? What do I need to have?"
I want people to leave our dealership, get to the red light and go, "Man, that was fun. God, I'm so glad I did that." I don't want them to get to the red light and go, "What did I just do?" I don't want that. I want them to completely understand the process, be able to afford the car, and not leave in a strain.
Awesome. I love it. Yeah, people have always said, "Oh man, Chuck's the best." We laughed, and I feel good about the purchase. He didn't oversell me, so
that's how I sell cars. We're going to laugh, we're going to cut up, and we're going to have a good time. Life's got enough stresses as it is.
Yes, I love it. And there's probably not too much you can oversell at Honda either. Like, well, maybe there is. I don't know. Like, I don't know that you can gouge them on anything. Like, maybe if they put lights underneath their car.
We're extremely upfront with our pricing. No hidden fees. The pencil or buyer's order we lay in front of you, that's it.
That's good.
There's no add-ons. There's no secrets. There's no sleight of hand trickery.
Well, I hope you guys have learned a lot, and you may go, "Duh, I already knew all that." Then share this with somebody else because not everybody knows this. Because I hear from him all the time, like, this person just came in. And it happens because, again, the orthopedic surgeon, we don't need him to know about cars. We need him to know how to fix knees and hips. Do your research, get a budget, and start saving for your $1,000 emergency fund.
Yes.
Y'all be great. Do great things. Chuck, thanks for serving everybody and keeping them in good cars.
No problem.
And if you guys need anything, reach out, and I look forward to seeing you on our next episode.
Bye-bye.